Hello and welcome to our Southwestern Asia Overland expedition through Romania, Bulgaria, Turkey and Georgia. Heading southeast, our first stop is Drivers Beach in Bulgaria. Hundreds of international overlanders gather here to spend some time on the coast of the Black Sea. Crossing the Turkish border, we stop by in Istanbul to explore the city's famous mosques, bridges, marketplaces and colorful restaurants. We squeeze ourselves through the bazaar packed with inviting sellers and international buyers caught in never-ending negotiations. The unique vibe in the bazaar is an unforgettable experience for newcomers. Crossing the Fatih Sultan Bridge, we step for the first time in Asia and explore the Bosphor area where the cargo ships sail between the Black and Mediterranean Sea. Further east, close to the northern coast of Turkey, we pass through agricultural areas where the peanuts are harvested and dried in mid-August. D915 is a north to south state road in northeastern Turkey running in a high elevation mountainous terrain. The road was built in 1916 by the Russian soldiers for military purposes, climbing up to an elevation of 2,035 meters above sea level. According to Wikipedia, it's considered as one of the most dangerous roads of the world, even more dangerous than the death road in Bolivia. In reality, it was a real fun drive for us with scenic views across the never-ending mountainous regions. Growing up in an Eastern European post-communist country, it's not easy to find a place where it's more dangerous to drive than at home. We spent a couple of days exploring the eastern side of the Pontic mountain ridge, climbing several peaks above 3,500 meters. The area is an overlanding paradise with endless off-road tracks, hidden lakes, springs and epic camp spots. For us, the most valuable aspect of this area was the plain remoteness far away from the smallest signs of civilization. Being far away from all our fellow humans gives a completely different experience of life. Traveling for a couple of days and seeing only a handful of abandoned remote houses makes us realize how big the area is compared to the Carpathian Mountains. After a few epic climbs and hikes, we head further east to the Kochkar area to do some more hiking and exploring. Trying to avoid the main roads, we venture through off-road tracks between remote villages deep in the mountains. Morkaya was the place where we met the most friendly villagers. We were invited randomly for breakfast since we passed the village early in the morning. We were stopped several times by the locals. They offered tea, gave us some printed maps, and created the most welcoming atmosphere that we ever experienced as travelers. For us, Morkaya Road is way above the overrated D915 Death Road. The scenic views, steep drop-offs, and very little traffic makes it a worthwhile destination. Kochkar Mountains are famous about its well-known trekking routes. The area is full with local and international trekkers. Since we always chose the harder way, we didn't reach the peak, which has 3,937 meters altitude. We were happy to get down of the mountain in one piece since we chose the most difficult route, which was quite dangerous, especially during the night. Just after entering Georgia, we stopped by at Intsira waterfall. After taking a dip in the ice-cold water, we continue north and meet Christian and Mish at a random hidden camp spot in the forest. We do some minor maintenance on the car and continue north to the Svaneti region of the Georgian Caucasus. Svaneti region is in the northwestern side of the Georgian Caucasus. We hike around Korueti lakes, then climb up to Gull Pass and explore the nearby glacier. We continue further east through Mestia and camp at a hidden spot with Mount Kazbek in the background. We explore the famous Ushuli village, then drive all the way up to Zagaro Pass where we spend the night. After a windy night on Zagaro Pass, we head to Latperi Pass. The off-road track goes up to 2,900 meters altitude. We meet a few international hikers, then head further south to explore an ancient cave town. The cave town fortress is mentioned in chronicles from earliest times. Its history begins in the first millennium before Christ. Uplistiki is listed among the historical monuments protected by UNESCO. Tasheti is a pristine, remote region deep in the mountains of northeastern Georgia. Lying deep in the mountains, this is the most isolated region of Georgia. The only road connecting Tasheti with the rest of Georgia crosses the 2,850 meters high Abano Pass. The road was built in the 80s, it's passable only with a high ground clearance four-wheel drive. It takes 6 to 7 hours to drive the 75 kilometers long section. For us during the expedition, this road offered the best views and the most living the moment experiences. Tasheti's stone towers were mostly constructed in the 16th century. They are made of local slate stone called sipikva using a dry build technique without mortar, and are topped with a pyramid-shaped stone roof. The towers were used both as housing and for defense purposes. During attacks, women, children and animals were sheltered on the lower levels while men used the upper levels to launch stones or fire guns at the enemy. The village of Bocharna, situated on 2,345 meters above sea level, is considered the highest continuously inhabited settlement in Europe. In Tasheti there are no hospitals, no grocery stores, no pharmacies, and no garages. You are on your own to get yourself through any situation. If you enjoy being remote and free in the true meaning of the word, Tasheti is the place for you to visit. Enjoy the pristine nature, respect the area, and don't leave anything behind other than your footprints, tire tracks and gratitude. Kazbegi is the most visited mountain area in Georgia. The area is accessible all year round on the Georgian Military Road, which connects Georgia with Russia. Climbing Mount Kazbek involved a lot of planning and preparation since we didn't opt for guiding services. The well-planned acclimatization worked out quite well. Through Turkey and Georgia we climbed several peaks above 3,500 meters and we managed to sleep several times around 3,000 meters altitude. During the Kazbek climb we didn't do any acclimatizing. First day we went up to the base camp, Second day we climbed the peak and returned to the base camp, and third day we came all the way down. The peak of Mount Kazbek is on the Georgian and Russian border. From 5,054 meters altitude you can see two countries and the majestic east to west ridge of the Caucasus. In the distance you can spot Mount Elbrus, which is the highest point of the mountain ridge. The end season offered us the opportunity to enjoy Mount Kazbek without hundreds of people, groups and queues. The unusual ice cap just before the peak made the climb quite challenging, but all in all the timing, weather forecast and preparation made the climb a memorable and successful event. We start our way west back to Turkey, choosing the most remote and interesting routes. Dark Canyon Stone Road was built by locals with their own hands. Its construction started in 1870. During the construction, sometimes the work stopped for as much as 20 years. It's a road where the building process lasted more than 130 years, and when you see it, you can immediately understand why. The stone path was opened on the 2nd of August 2002. At the first bridge, there is a memorial with a never-ending list of the people who died during the road construction. Cappadocia is an ancient district in east-central Anatolia, situated on the rugged plateau north of the Taurus Mountains. It's famous for its sunrise hot air balloon rides, which take place every single morning all year round, except when the wind makes it too dangerous to fly. Human settlement at the Cappadocia region dates back to the Paleolithic era. Houses and churches carved into the caves and rocks turned the region into a huge heaven for Christians escaping from the dominance of the Roman Empire. Pamukkale is a town in western Turkey known for the mineral-rich thermal waters flowing down on white travertine terraces at a nearby hill. It neighbors Hierapolis, an ancient Roman spa city founded around 190 before Christ. Ruins there include a well-preserved theater and a necropolis.